So today we are going to discuss project module of Odoo 19 and what are the major features that are introduced in 19th version of Odoo. So as far we know that whatever sales quotation that we had created, we can't create any project for a product which is a storable good. But from a 19th version we can do so. A product don't need to be a service to have us as a project. So for doing it, firstly we will create a quotation and we can directly create it by clicking on sales or quotation and new, and afterwards we will select the customer, and after selecting the customer we have to select a good base project. We can base the project on the product type good, so we can do it by going to other info tab where we can find the project field where we can add a project to the particular quotation and link to that particular quotation. So firstly what we will have to do is either we can choose the project that are already in the project module, or we can create a new one. Suppose we create apple pie project. So when we create this apple pie project, we can directly go to this apple pie project and we can see that whatever things are there is that we can get to a task. What would be a sale order for that? It has one because we have just created it. So when we click on task, we can add new task to that. Suppose eating. You can assign it to anyone named Mitchell admin say and add it. After adding it, we can see that a particular task is formed to the apple pie. We can go to the quotation, back to that quotation where we had added the project apple pie and confirm it, and then it will turn to a sales order. Now we can see that we had two tabs. First one is delivery and another one is project. So by clicking on that particular project, we can see that whatever project is there is we can create a task for that. Say eating. Add. We have can create at the stage of the quotation, and also the previous tag that we have eating again is there also, so we can do so. We can directly check whether it is there in the project module by going to the project module, and we can see the apple pie project that we have, and we had two tasks in this, that is both in eating. When we go to eating, we can fill up the timesheets according to our requirement. Suppose we are giving it to an employee in the Oliver and write a description that done, and we save it. So we can update our timesheet like that, and we can directly go to the sales order and see it, what is the value that it is having right now. When we come to that particular project section again, we can see a lot of changes that we had right now. Suppose we are having checking to any kind of project that we have introduced a new concept of customer rating. So what is customer rating? Is given to the project, like a rating of happy is there. We can rate it on the basis of a customer satisfaction. We can see the configuration had a lot of multiple tabs introduced in which project roles are the major one. Now we can set up the roles of our employees, and we can add it by typing it into new. Suppose we had a developer one, now we can type another one, say manager. So we can have it as different roles, and we can see it by going to the project. And when we click onto someone who had been assigned to the project, we can see the role of that particular person. So this is a new feature that we had. Afterwards, we can also perform a sale. We can also integrate projects to a sale. Suppose we don't want that particular tab a perfect linkage, we can still have a project to that particular sales order. Suppose we are creating a new sales order for another customer and adding again a product which is a good type, say bangle. So when we add bangles, we can still perform a project on that. We don't need to directly link to it by going to the project. So we just confirm it and make it as a sales order. Now when we click on that action button, we can see create project. When we click on create project, we can either select a template of project that we had. Suppose we have product launch campaign or project, we can do that, or we can create a new template for this. New template would be like my apple pie party, and save it. And we can assign the dates to it, like from 17th to, suppose we are doing it to 18th, and then we create a project. So when we create a project, we can create a stage in which we have new or in progress, just for example. By this we can add stages and can add tasks by clicking on the plus icon. But when we go back to the quotation of that particular project, we can see that we had the project tab again. So by that thing, we can add a project to the fact that it is a good one also. So these are the new features that are present in the project module. Now we can have a good as a project. So this feature is really good for Odoo 19. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you.